I'm telling y'all, Donald Trump is a Tartarian descendant. Take a look at his son, Barron Trump. And this is a year old, and it's just now going viral. He is 6'7" at the age of just 17. The Tartarian Empire is shrouded in mystery. Nobody really knows what happened to them. So some believe they could be thousands of years old. If not, they never even existed. But in this video, I'm going to show you proof that the Tartarian Empire actually did run much longer than anybody realized. And the theory that Trump actually does descend from the Tartarian Empire may not be so far-fetched after all. Let's start with this image that depicts the flags of all nations. It's allegedly a picture from an encyclopedia from 1865. You can see here, it even has a pirate's flag of nations. So, pirates were actually represented as a nation as late as 1865. And what's odd is that's basically all I could find out about this image. There really isn't much information out there on it. It was authenticated as being from an encyclopedia from 1865. So it is valid, and it does represent the nations of the world. And if you haven't noticed why the internet has been buzzing about it, is take a look here. It has a flag representing the nation of Tartary. Well, I don't know about you, but I find it odd that a flag of nations picture actually depicts the flag of Tartary. If it didn't exist, or if it existed in a prior time, then why would they have it on an image representing 1865? And what's more odd is look what it's right next to. A flag of nations representing allegedly China. Now this flag is really a mystery. Yes, it says it represents China, but there isn't much information beyond that. It's very hard to find any information at all on this flag. Nobody knows exactly its origins, but I find it odd they set it up right next to Tartary. So if you take the time and go back to look up old maps of Tartaria or the Grand Tartary, it seems to cover almost all of Asia. There are many that believe the Tartarian Empire even spilled over to the United States and covered most of it at one time. This is where the world fairs come in. Many theorize that these world fairs that were held across the entirety of the United States. The United States had the most world fairs of any country in the world, dozens of them, showing off new technologies such as moving sidewalks, light shows. This was back in the 1800s when it was just horse and buggy to get around. The buildings were ornate and beautiful. They looked like ancient Rome. The structures were colossal, some of them housing 300,000 people. As you can see behind me, the lights were absolutely amazing. And you're telling me they got all this power and they ran it from the Niagara Falls? I find that hard to believe. To me, they're utilizing another source of power, some sort of free wireless energy. So they had these world fairs and they brought in adult orphans to allegedly repopulate the country and showed them the capabilities of humankind. Many believe they had been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years from a previous civilization. Really, nobody knows what happened to them. It's almost as if they just vanished off the face of the planet. That's what's so peculiar about the flag of nations that was made in 1865, showing the Tartarian flag. Did Tartary exist up till 1865? And if so, where did they go? Why is there no remnants of their history? There's virtually nothing in the history books pertaining to them, and nobody's been taught anything about them. They're ghosts. And then the video I found on the internet that showed what I believe is the citizens of Tartary at the world fairs or before the world fairs. You can see here, this gentleman right here, standing next to him. That guy has got to be close to 7 feet tall. And then the one right below him, standing next to him. That gentleman is also close to 7 feet tall. These people are much taller than the average size male back then in the 1800s. A closer look. This gentleman towers the other gentleman. I believe that is the normal size gentleman and he is a Tartarian. The video, I believe, depicts one of the last videos of the Tartarians. These gentlemen right here tower over everybody around them. And I can't find any type of military that have these same uniforms in history. Then take a look at this gentleman right here. Towers over the rest of the band. I believe they could be from Tartaria. This guy is a mammoth. back in the 1800s when people were supposedly not very tall. And in no history books whatsoever do they talk about a nation that has that colossal size, especially back then. They've always convinced us that people are taller than they've ever been, which simply isn't true. The question we should be asking ourselves is, why would they go to such extremes to keep a nation suppressed along with their history? Because after the World Fairs, they demolished all of the beautiful buildings allegedly were built just for the World Fairs in a matter of years. It just seems suspect. Did these people have super advanced technology for the 1800s, and this technology included free energy for everyone? And my big question is, what happened to them? How did they just disappear off the map? Where did they go? Nevertheless, if you watch these people move and watch their gait, they seem very tall, especially this gentleman in the front. Look at that guy. Compared to the rest, he's a giant. His gait is similar to that of our boy, Barron Trump. This kid is a giant. He is huge. 6'7" at the age of 17. Where does that height come from? And it's funny because I've discussed this with my girlfriend. They say that in legend and lore from the outside worlds, sometimes people or descendants of ours come to our land to try and help influence us to be better, to reach for higher heights, enlighten us, to help us become better versions of what we can be, to find our true destiny, and to act like humans are meant to act. Oftentimes, notable figures in our society are alleged to come from beyond the ice wall. They come back because they care about humanity. Because as humans, we are not meant to hate. We're not meant to be jealous. We're not meant to hurt each other. We're meant to love each other. A so-called white hat society that is for the good of the people and the good of this land. So what do you think? Could Trump be from outside the ice walls? Is it possible? Or could they be of Tartarian descendant? This is just me spitballing. You never know. It's hard to say. But it's crazy that his son is this tall. He is huge. And it's crazy because they've managed to keep it kind of a secret until now. It's starting to become more mainstream that he's so damn tall. And I've heard that he's kind and he's a gentle giant, very kind kid, and a good kid. So what do y'all think? Stay in the love, stay in the light. Be kind to others. I am out.